Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Quick look here at Bitcoin, see what's going on. We're going to open up the day with a slight retracement here. We definitely are pulling back after we had that bullish flag pattern breakout. So we're going to discuss some back-end data here, kind of see where we're at, and just help understand, again, best practice, big picture. Congrats to our community members for some nice profit there on Near Protocol, 24% on a short. We took in about 16 hours, of course, previous to that, Bitcoin and AVAX shorts as well. So we're collecting some short trades if you can. We've got an ADA or Cardano long open as well, which is still looking pretty strong. We'll talk about that later. What we want to talk about here, of course, is some liquidation levels. So let's double check this here and just kind of verify that we are in good shape in the overall sense, minus a few key factors. So let's just double check this. 68,000, heavy concentration liquidation down below. Furthermore, 72,000 concentration liquidation just above. We almost have the exact same amount of liquidation levels as far as the range that we're in, above and below the price action. So that's generally neither good nor bad. It's just kind of neutral, right? Just implies we can go either way. I know that's not very helpful, but for lack of better terms, we have liquidation levels at those key areas. So again, round number 68,000, 72,000. Easy to remember. Okay, so again, the reason why that's helpful is just because the price sweeps up here. We'll get that liquidity sweep there, and we also got this down here as well. So again, I think if I'm not mistaken, there are some options that are expiring today for like a tremendous amount of option for Bitcoin and Ethereum, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to get back to you on that one, but generally speaking, when options expire, a lot of times prices can kind of go haywire and hit one of those two ranges. I think the options are at about 72,000. So if the price doesn't get back up to 72K, then we could see some interesting behavior later today. So just keep your head on a swivel here today. I'd say that could factor in, but anyways, just some back-end stuff there to kind of maybe think about, but definitely don't overthink it, right? So what we want to look at here is the TA and kind of see what's going on here with the daily. And the truth is, daily time frame is still in decent shape. If I recall yesterday, we were still above the 20-day SMA, which we are. We're ascending positively on this overall trend line, and we're really not in terrible shape. So even though Bitcoin is pulling back to 70,000, we might even lose that level. That shouldn't matter too much. I don't think that we're going to see anything super crazy in the near future. I do want to remind you, though, that we do have potential for this CME gap to get filled. Okay? So just to kind of clarify, CME gap here, it's a little easier to see if we zoom in. But generally speaking, we have a CME gap between 69.9. Okay, let me rephrase that. 63.9 upwards of 66.5. So again, a bit of a range there where that the CME gap is potentially going to get filled at some point or another. It's very common for that to happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that just before the Bitcoin halving occurs next month. Just something to kind of think about. Okay, so just a heads up, if the price does pull back 64K, I'm thinking it's going to be the immediate bottom. Okay, just some thoughts there. So I've got some limit orders between now and then just to be on the safe side. And I would recommend the same for you too as well. If you haven't added to your spot bag or ever considered a spot bag, I would like to say it's never too late, but what were you thinking, huh? It's funny, some traders actually trade only futures. I think that's pretty insane if you're not investing, because half of the benefit of crypto is just the significant gains you can get over time. Anyways, let's talk about the daily time frame back on track here. Sorry about that. Let's just quickly address a couple things here too, because we are getting closer to 50 on the RSI, but generally nothing crazy. Stochastic swinging up, money flow is high or high-ish, increasing. And then on top of that, if we look at the MACD, we're trying to converge, but we haven't yet. So these are all generally favorable things, right? It kind of lets us know the daily time frame is looking good. Now, when I mentioned yesterday the price is likely to pull back, and it has, that was mainly because of my observation on volume. Okay, and again, a lot of that came from the money flow index on the 4-hour time frame being fairly low. We can see RSI coming back down closer to 50 and a stochastic swing to the downside. Now, while those things all weren't present yesterday, the money flow index was low, and we can see that we don't have a ton of volume coming into Bitcoin. So this last little leg up was kind of weak, if you will. Okay, because again, it's kind of like somebody that's they keep telling you they're going to kick your butt, and they keep flexing all their muscles, but truth is, karate and you can totally take them out if you need to. This is one of those situations where Bitcoin is the bully right now, looking stronger than it is. Okay, so just some friendly advice with low volume, low money flow. It's definitely one of those things where we want to presume the price action shouldn't be able to sustain itself. Okay, it's low sustainability. So having said all that, MACD is now diverging. We're in a bearish type of divergence on the 4 hour. We're under all moving averages on the hourly. Let's see where we're at with this nifty little cloud. Oh boy, this is not looking good. We got the lag and span, free and clear of the price action conversion line below the baseline, and then we also can see here we got about only 1 hour worth of continuation of the downside here. So again, that level is at 70,100, which has been proven to be a previous resistance level on larger time frames. So what I'm getting at here is I would highly recommend patience and being careful and cautious in how you trade. But simply put, waiting till today's candlestick closes, or at least another 4 hours of confirmation below the cloud. Okay, now we already have a short open with our community. We've taken profit with that, and I'm confident we're still going to hit our other targets, just in the overall sense of how things are looking right now. But the truth is, the daily time frame's looking mildly bullish, 4 hour time frame's looking fairly bearish, and the hours confirming we have broken below the cloud, but we're not closing below the cloud yet. Okay, so again, if you haven't seen my Ichimoku Cloud instructional video or tutorial on how you should interpret the cloud, it's important to recognize that just breaking below the cloud doesn't mean anything. But staying below the cloud is a different story. So for example, if you just traded right here and took a short, you might not have been very successful, right? Because you just traded jumping in when the price action broke below, it didn't stay below. Okay. So the confirmation that I look for is 3 or 4 candlestick closures below the cloud on the hourly. So hypothetically, 4 hours from now, roughly noon o'clock or later, if the price is still below the cloud there at that point, there's a strong consideration the price will continue lower. That's generally how it's supposed to work. Is it a guarantee every time? No, but it's a larger statistical probability. And I think it's a decent chance we're going to see the price continue lower if that is the case leading up the weekend. So basically, the easiest way to understand it is 70,000 or lower. A close at that level today would indicate not necessarily a bearish weekend, because Bitcoin dominance could be decreasing, and of course altcoin dominance could increase. So I'm not going to say that altcoins are going to just drop this weekend, but Bitcoin would have larger propensity to decrease further if we close below the cloud here in the next few hours. Okay, so again, preferably just waiting until the daily candlestick closes at 70,000 or lower, and then that should give us the indication of where we want to go with the market. All right, folks, that's kind of what I'm looking at there. I hope that made sense and I described that correctly. Thanks so much for watching. Hit the like button if you could, please help grow the channel. Comment below too as well, even an arbitrary thumbs up or whatever you want to do. We'd greatly appreciate that. And don't forget to register with Bitunix Phenomenal Exchange. Link down below if you're curious. No KYC or VPN required. They are awesome. Thank you so much for that. Use my link to register. Get some nice benefit rewards. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.